Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Timeless Sunset Tarot. Now, this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs. So just take what resonates with you. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, that's the best time for you to see it. Let's try to see what is the main energy at the end of the day. Okay, we have here the Three of Swords. Something is causing you pain right now. It can be a relationship. It can be a third-party relationship. It can be also any person who is causing you pain right now, or any person that is somehow going in between you and the person you care about. So, whatever this is, right now it's preoccupying your attention at this moment. Now, this can also symbolize a past hurt situation that is coming back to your consciousness at this present moment. It can be a situation that has happened in the past and is no longer existing at this present moment, but the memory is still there and is still causing you pain. If it is a situation that is in the past that is coming up to your attention at this moment, then maybe this is part of that portion of your life that is asking for you to undergo healing. So for some of you, if you are undergoing transformation right now, you might be given an opportunity by the universe to heal past wounds. Now, whatever it is, whether it is a past wound or a present hurting situation, there is a need for you to address it, give it attention. If it is from the past, you need to accept it as part of your history. Take the lessons you can learn from it and decide to move forward. If it is a present situation, there is a need for you to re-examine your situation and try to see, does this situation still merit your attention? Is it something that is still beneficial to you, or is it something that you need to finally let go, to finally set yourself free from? So try to see which resonates with you. Now let's try to see how this will further unfold. You will encounter more challenges in the near future, but you will be able to overcome it. So I feel you need to really give this right now some attention. There will be more challenges ahead, but at least the reassurance of the Seven of Wands is that whatever these challenges will be, you will be able to overcome it. So this thing that causes you pain right now, whether it be a situation or a relationship at this time, no, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a friendship or a working relationship. And it's a working relationship where, for example, you have a good agreement with a certain company, but something is trying to disrupt that good relationship. It can be like that. Now, there are different ways of doing that. You can try to re-establish a deeper relationship with a company or with the situation or with a friend or with a romantic partner. Or you can also reassess whether maybe this relationship is no longer beneficial for you, or this working relationship might no longer be beneficial for you. So you need to really discern it well. And as you can see, there will be more challenges that await you in the near future. Let us try to see what is the advice of the universe for you. Well, face it with the courage of the Page of Wands, somebody who's not afraid to face the challenges. The Page of Wands is an adventurer, and he lives the present moment. He faces whatever challenges he encounters and is not afraid to be himself. So I feel right now the invitation for you is to be honest with your feelings, not to be afraid to express what you truly feel at this moment and what you truly believe with regards to the situation you are in. Now let's try to gain a little more clarification with the situation. For some of you, maybe in the end, you will need to move away. You might need to move on from the situation. We have here the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands shows a traveler or a person getting ready to travel. For some of you, when you look at also the Page of Wands, this is also a traveler. Somebody is also preparing for a journey. So, what I feel right now is if you are in a painful situation, there might be a need for you to move on and start something new in your life. A traveler or the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands shows people who are preparing on a journey. Preparing on a journey can also symbolize opening a new chapter in your life. So maybe the invitation for you right now is to close this painful chapter, to consider this chapter as an opportunity for you to learn something new. Because the Seven of Wands can also symbolize a mentor teaching other people of the things he has already learned in the school of life. So it can be that this experience, painful as it is, could have already taught you certain lessons in the school of life, and it's time for you to move on. To close this chapter, begin a new one, and maybe part of that new chapter that you will open is that of a mentor. Because of the experience you've had, there might be people who will come along your way who will be undergoing the same experience you underwent, and that your experience will enrich them. So the Seven of Wands can also symbolize a mentor. Now, from the two cards that we have seen, these two cards that somehow coming from the advice coming from the universe is, it seems that there is a need for some of you to move on, to close that chapter and start a new one. Now try to see if this resonates with your present situation. You need to use your intuition, you need to listen to the guidance coming from the spirit, and try to see, is it a situation that is still helpful to you, or maybe you need to move on already. To close that chapter, heal yourself, and start a new one. Now, take the lessons that we can learn from it and begin a new journey. The Two of Cups shows a person looking at a sphere. The sphere can symbolize the map or the plan that you've made for this new chapter, or it can also symbolize a crystal ball, which can symbolize divination, which can symbolize you receptively listening to the guidance coming from the divine. So you try to see how this resonates with you. So for those of you who are in a situation right now that is causing you pain, and somehow you are having a lot of challenges, maybe there is a need for you to re-examine. For some of you, there might be a need for you to close that chapter and move on to a new one, which can be symbolized by the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands. So this is what we have for our tarot reading. Let us now go to Insights at Twilight. For our Insights at Twilight, the message comes from Tina Turner, and the message is, you take your problems to a God, but what you really need is for the God to take you to the inside of you. So sometimes the answer to our problems are actually within, or the answer to our problems is listening to our higher self, to our inner self. The higher self or our inner self is in touch with the spirit, in touch with our spirit guides, in touch with the divine. If you look at the tarot card reading, there is a painful situation, or there is a situation right now or a relationship that is causing you pain. And there will be a lot of challenges along the way. And there might be a need for some of you to close that chapter. Now, to be able to make a decision whether you would continue on this direction of persevering in a painful situation or deciding to leave it behind, with regards to making decision making, sometimes when we just rely on ourselves and we just look at the situation and allow the situation to overwhelm us, then sometimes it's difficult for us to find the answer or the solution to the problem. That sometimes what we need to do is to look within and to ask guidance from our inner realm, from our higher self, from the divine, and from our spirit guide. So we need to ask also. Somehow it's the same when you take your problems to the God, but here there is a need for you to ask the divine to guide you. With God taking us within us, we are able to be more receptive to the guidance we receive. So when faced with a life challenge, sometimes there is a need for us to take a pause and try to see, are we just relying on our conscious mind to solve the problem, or are we also harnessing that bigger or stronger part of ourselves, which is our inner self, that part that is in touch with the divine, that part that is in touch with our spirit guides, that part which is in touch with that subconscious part of us that is in touch with many answers, the wisdom of the universe, the wisdom of our experience, and the wisdom of the experience of the whole of our ancestors and everything. There's a need for us to maybe take a pause and go within ourselves in order to find the answer to the problem. So right now, for those of you who are facing some challenges in your life at this present moment, there might be a need for us to take a pause and listen from within. So this is what we have for our insights at twilight and our tarot reading. I hope that for some of you who might be resonating with this reading at this time, you might be able to find some answers or some enlightenment on how to address a painful situation that you are encountering or you may be encountering at this present time. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.